Hi, I'm Rev Myron. I'm a minister through Pathways of Light, and I've been a Course in Miracles student for 44 years. I'm going through the lessons again this year, asking Jesus to clarify for me, and then I write from that clarity, and that's what I'm sharing with you today. So let's get started. We're looking at lesson 71. Only God's plan for salvation will work. Jesus has been talking about grievances for a while now. He tells us that love created us like itself and that love holds no grievances. He tells us that forgiveness is our only function as the light of the world and that grievances hide this light. Yesterday, he encouraged us to accept that our salvation comes from within and cannot be gained without. He told us that guilt is a problem and is an invention of our own mind. We will not save ourselves by finding the guilt elsewhere. Today, he becomes very specific about grievances. We're told this: each grievance you hold is a declaration and an assertion in which you believe that says, if this were different, I would be saved. The change of mind necessary for salvation is thus demanded of everyone and everything except yourself. What a perfect plan this is if your goal is to fail to find salvation. And this is ego's plan: seek and do not find. Most of us, if not all of us, followed this plan until we found the course. And speaking for myself, it has taken a long time for me to shift plans to one that works. God's plan is just the opposite. Of course it is. It would have to be the opposite of the ego's plan if that one is designed specifically to guarantee failure. The ego says that if I can just change someone else or some situation, then everything would be all right. I would be saved. God says that only his plan will work. God's plan asks nothing of the world. It asks only that I change my mind about what I think has happened. It will work because we're seeking a change where the problem lies, in the mind. We are to forgive the idea of grievances altogether. It will work if we make no exceptions. And that's the part that I got tripped up on for such a long time. I would forgive the grievances as they became obvious to me, but then there would be one that I just couldn't see past. It was usually something like, but he really did it to me, or, but I'm right. Those thoughts were like a wall I couldn't scale. Eventually, though, I got tired of suffering and accepted that God was right and I was wrong. Good grief. It is hard to believe it took me years to come to that conclusion. But here I am now on the other side of that wall. And when I look back, it just wavers out of existence. It existed only in my mind where all grievances exist. The ego doesn't give up, though. It's like a glitchy computer program. It can only do what it's programmed to do, which is to guarantee failure. So it continues to offer me the same old solutions that didn't work before and won't work now. It cannot create a new solution because it was made from the problem. Occasionally I fall for it, but only briefly. What I always do is look for the belief behind the temptation. For instance, if I become insulted by someone's opinion of me, I see that I still question my worth. I ask for the correction of the perception. I'm reminded of this passage. Your worth is not established by teaching or learning. Your worth is established by God. Thinking that the problem lay with the person who said something to me is what the ego calls a win. The words coming from the other person, that's just noise until I decide what it means. If I decide it means I'm being insulted, it seems the one saying them is the problem and they need to quit doing that. But if I decide it means they must be having a difficult day, I can be their solution as I silently bless them. And in blessing them, I'm blessed. It's a win-win. In the first instance, I temporarily got some satisfaction from seeing the other person as a problem, but nothing is solved, and the problem continues to occur in different forms. Recognize the problem as my fear of not being worthy leads me to a solution that ends the problem permanently. I felt both ways at different times. The difference now is that I recognize that it is an interpretation that puts all the power in my own hands. I can question my interpretation with the Holy Spirit guiding me and have a different experience. The interpretation can be different because I held the belief in unworthiness, or at least I held it to a great degree. Each time I feel unworthiness, I go straight to forgiveness, and so the veil disguising my worthiness gets thinner and thinner. All forms of grievances and all beliefs driving them are errors to be forgiven in just that way. It also works to my benefit and to the benefit of the sonship as a whole when I forgive and let them go. Trying to change anything outside my mind is a fool's errand and will fail every time. So it is as Jesus tells us in this lesson. God's plan for your salvation will work and other plans will not. And so the lesson becomes very simple. I do not need to fix the world, defend myself, or correct others. I need only forgive the thoughts in my own mind that say salvation lies anywhere but here. Thank you so much for joining me in this. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, then please like it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. And I'll be back soon with another reading. See you then.